Hello. Today I want to talk to you about the foods that, in my opinion, should be avoided at breakfast. It's common to hear that breakfast is the most important meal of the day and that it should be rich and varied. But is that really the case? Actually, I believe the most crucial aspect of breakfast is not just what you eat, but also what you choose not to eat. Making poor food choices early in the day can have serious impacts on your health throughout the day. That's why it's essential to pay attention to what we include in this first meal, avoiding options that could harm the body. During the night, the body undergoes various metabolic changes that are extremely beneficial for health. During this period, there is a significant increase in the production of melatonin, a hormone that not only regulates sleep but also acts as a powerful anti-inflammatory. Additionally, there is a peak in the release of growth hormone, GH, and an increase in testosterone levels, both essential for regeneration and overall maintenance of the body. Another positive aspect is that insulin levels remain low since the body has spent hours fasting. This creates a favorable metabolic environment, but what you choose to eat upon waking can directly impact this balance. Depending on your breakfast choices, you can boost your metabolism positively or cause harm that affects your health throughout the day. Therefore, let's explore which foods you should avoid in this first meal to ensure the best start to your day. If you're new here, welcome. Our goal is to share content that helps you improve your health and the well-being of those around you. This is a space filled with valuable information to help you take better care of your body and overall wellness. So, don't wait, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to stay updated whenever we release a new video. Now I want to know from you, what do you usually eat for breakfast? Or are you someone who prefers to skip this meal? I, for example, really enjoy intermittent fasting and usually don't eat anything in the morning. But if you have the habit of having breakfast, whether you're a fan of eggs, bread, or anything else, let me know in the comments. Let's talk about one of the foods I consider most harmful for breakfast: bread. Although it's extremely popular and part of the routine for about 90% of people, I consider it one of the worst options to start the day. By consuming bread, usually made with refined carbohydrates or flours, with or without gluten, you cause a rapid increase in blood sugar, drastically raising insulin levels. This disrupts the metabolic benefits of the night, reducing important hormones and activating insulin, one of the main inflammatory hormones. As a result, the body enters a state that favors fat storage and harms metabolism. That's why it's essential to rethink what we put on our plate first thing in the morning. After a large spike in insulin, your body begins to experience a drop in energy levels, which can leave you feeling more tired and in need of consuming more food to feel revitalized. Additionally, bread, made from refined carbohydrates, is absorbed very quickly by your small intestine. This can cause an imbalance in gut bacteria, promoting the growth of unwanted bacteria in the small intestine. At the same time, the bread's fiber, which is very low, cannot reach the large intestine, where it should feed the beneficial bacteria. This bacterial imbalance in the small intestine and the decrease of good bacteria in the large intestine can lead to a series of health issues, such as inflammation in the body, joint pain, autoimmune disorders, and even increase the risk of colorectal cancer, negatively affecting the digestive tract and the entire body. The second food I consider harmful for breakfast is cow's milk. You might ask me, but why, doctor? Well, milk contains lactose, a type of sugar that many people have difficulty metabolizing after the age of 7. This means that when consuming milk, you may not be able to properly digest the lactose, which can cause inflammation in the intestine. This inflammation weakens the intestinal lining and the cells of the intestine, which can lead to a condition called leaky gut. This condition allows larger molecules, which would normally be digested, to pass into the bloodstream, causing more inflammation and contributing to the development of autoimmune diseases. Therefore, it's important to be aware of the impacts of milk on your body, especially if you have digestive issues. The second problem with milk, even lactose-free milk, is that although lactose is broken down by the enzyme lactase, it transforms into galactose and glucose. Galactose, in turn, can be even more harmful to the body. Studies with rats, for example, show that infusing lactose can accelerate aging, cause inflammation, and even promote the development of cancer. This happens because galactose can increase the formation of substances that induce inflammation. In addition, even in lactose-free milk, there is a protein called casein, which makes up more than 80% of the milk. This protein is of much lower quality compared to the whey protein, which accounts for less than 20% of the milk. Casein is difficult to digest and can cause inflammation in the intestine, producing highly inflammatory metabolites, which impair the absorption of nutrients by the body. Therefore, if you are a frequent consumer of milk, my suggestion is to try plant-based alternatives such as cashew milk, Brazil nut milk, almond milk, or even rice milk. These options are certainly less harmful to your health than cow's milk. The third item to avoid for breakfast is breakfast cereals. Although these cereals may seem healthy and appealing, they are actually processed from refined grains such as corn, and then go through a process of grinding and transforming into dough. During this process, sugars and chemicals are added to preserve the food for a longer period and prevent it from spoiling quickly. Although many cereals aren't enriched with iron, this iron is actually metallic iron, which can be problematic. Excess metallic iron, especially in children and the elderly, has been linked to various health issues, including mental disorders. If you're looking for a good source of carbohydrates, the ideal choice is to opt for natural foods, such as fruits and root vegetables. They are much healthier and provide nutrients naturally, without the additives and processing found in industrial cereals. The fourth food I consider extremely harmful for breakfast are processed meats, such as ham, turkey breast, mortadella, and salami. Although these foods are widely consumed, they are classified by the World Health Organization (WHO) as carcinogenic. They are in the same category as highly harmful substances like asbestos, diesel smoke, and tobacco. Scientific studies have proven that the consumption of processed meats increases the risk of developing various types of cancer, especially colorectal cancer, which affects the final part of the intestine. Studies show that consuming just 50 grams of processed meats per day can increase the risk of developing cancer by 18%. This means that even in small amounts, the daily consumption of these processed meats can have a significant impact on health over time. Therefore, it is essential to avoid these foods, especially for children, as early exposure can increase the risks of serious diseases in the future. The fifth food you should avoid in the morning is cream cheese. The main reason for this is that most of the time what you find in the market is not actually pure cream cheese, but a processed product with added substances like preservatives and stabilizers, which can be harmful to your health. These substances contribute to increased inflammation in the body. In addition, cream cheese contains casein, an inflammatory protein we have already discussed, and it is often combined with vegetable oils and refined flours, carbohydrates that are also not beneficial. Therefore, avoid cream cheese as it will worsen the inflammation in your body. The sixth item worth highlighting is fruit juices, which many people believe to be healthy options, especially those following a fit lifestyle. However, this isn't always true. Even natural juices, made directly from fresh fruits, may not be as beneficial as they seem, particularly when consumed first thing in the morning. Packaged juices are even worse, as they often contain added fructose and other sugars to enhance flavor. The main issue with natural juices is that, during preparation, we often remove the fiber from the fruit, which is the most nutritious and beneficial part for health. What remains is essentially a liquid rich in fructose, a sugar that the body cannot use directly and must be metabolized by the liver. This process overburdens the organ and can lead to fat accumulation in the liver, known as fatty liver disease. Additionally, fructose can contribute to inflammation, weight gain, and increased calorie intake, as it does not promote a feeling of satiety. If you enjoy drinking juice in the morning, opt for options with low fructose content, such as lemon juice, which can be prepared with cold water, providing the benefits of polyphenol and vitamin C. Another alternative is passion fruit juice made from fresh fruit, avoiding industrialized versions that often contain preservatives and other harmful additives. These choices are more balanced and gentler on the body. The seventh food I consider completely harmful to health is margarine, which should not even be classified as food. Research confirms that margarine contributes to an increase in LDL, the bad cholesterol that can clog arteries, while simultaneously reducing HDL, the good cholesterol. The production process of margarine involves chemical substances such as petroleum solvents, sulfuric acid, phosphoric acid, and nickel, resulting in an artificial product that, even at high temperatures, does not melt, demonstrating its resistance to changes. When you open a container of margarine, you'll notice it remains in good condition for an extended period, which is due to its being chemically modified to resist degradation and its high content of trans fats. These trans fats are highly inflammatory and have been linked to various diseases, especially cardiovascular diseases, which are among the leading causes of death in modern society. Start your morning in a healthier way, understanding that breakfast can significantly impact your health, either positively or negatively. While this meal is crucial, there's also the option to rethink it entirely. For instance, I practice intermittent fasting, specifically the 16-8 method. You skip breakfast and extend the favorable metabolic state your body achieves during sleep until lunchtime. This offers numerous benefits such as aiding in weight loss, reducing inflammation in the body, decreasing insulin resistance, and consequently lowering the risk of diabetes. Additionally, Fasting stimulates the brain, promoting the production of substances that enhance neural connections and optimize cognitive function. Consider trying this strategy to take care of your health in a practical and effective way. And let me know how your experience goes. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video.